Well, it's posted that we're live just
Oh,
now.
yeah?
So
Okay.
I'm assuming that we're,
Oh, wait. Let me look. Yep. It just said live now. We're live.
yeah, looks like we're live. Okay. All right, dude.
All right.
So let's go to you. And here we are.
Ah! If you're joining me, well, it must be 9:30 on a Tuesday night. Not 7:30 on a Tuesday night. That's when we put our children to sleep, or at least start the long, weary process of doing so. Welcome. Welcome to Very Dad Ideas. I'm your co-host, Darren Jennings, and I'm speaking in a weird accent, mostly to prove that I can do a creepy accent if I need to. Tonight's show, on the other hand, is not creepy at all. No siree,
Except
Bobby.
for our bits, yes.
Except for our bits. Our bits are pretty creepy. If you think about them the way Eddie Izzard would talk about a person's bits. That's not what we're doing, though. We're going to do bits that we think are least funny to us, which is most important here at Very Dad Ideas. The other thing we're going to be talking about tonight is if I could turn back time, what would I tell the me that doesn't have kids? Oh, hey.
All right. Righty. It is Tuesday night.
Tuesday night.
Yeah.
9:30.
What's going on? It's 9:30. Darren, how
I got
are you, my friend?
Starscream for a shirt.
Dude, that's fantastic. Wearing a
Yeah,
Starscream
thank you.
shirt. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. It was a rough one tonight, but we got here and we're here. So
We're here.
Episode what? 39, 38?
Episode 39.
39. If I could turn back time and our bits.
And our bits.
We thought that
It's two different. It's like you're getting two shows tonight jammed into one mighty fist of a show. Just interlocked, interwoven.
those of you who are listening to the podcast can only imagine the fist that I'm making. Those of you who are
it's
watching it in real time are
majestic.
seeing the fist being formed. Yes, if I could turn back time and our bits. So we thought that we would talk about, hey, if we could go back time and talk to ourselves before we had kids, what would we say? And then we have bits that we've been accumulating in this show for a period of time, and we just haven't done them. So we thought that we would just cram it into the second act, forego
Cram
our
our
live
bits
draw,
into the
and just
second
cram
act.
them in there. So let's do a little bit of fireworks.
Oh, look at that right there! Boom! Just knocking the budget out.
For our 39th episode.
Play.
Excellent, great. So, D, let's before we do anything else, let's do what we always do at the beginning of our show, which is of course our dadvice. Boom.
Perfect. There it is. You got your flamingos. You got your 80s ocean. You got and then boobies.
Right, here we go. So D, you're rocking.
Advice. Step on in, step on in. It's time for you to get told things that you don't need to hear from anybody, but we do it anyway because we're your dad. And you didn't ask us, but we're going to tell you anyway because it's Dadvice. I just froze up on the screen. Okay, now I'm back. Okay, so I wanted to talk to you, dear listener/viewer, about a subject near and dear to my heart. And that subject tonight are sidewalks.
Sidewalks. For a dadvice?
Sidewalks for dadvice. I am noticing, and you maybe you're noticing because you live in sort of a cosmopolitan kind of town, there's an awful lot of people on the sidewalks. And now that we have scooters and little electric bikes, and people who don't really know how to be on the sidewalk or who should be on the sidewalk, how can you keep your kids from getting whammed into by these, let's just say, challenged people?
Are you having scooter incidences?
I'm not, but that's because I'm like eagle-eyed, man. I got my head on a swivel the whole time we're out.
Yeah.
We're on a walkway or a path.
Yeah.
Or
You think that you're
sidewalk or
safe,
whatever.
but there's like a scooter like madness
Scooter
going
right
down.
around the corner.
So
Scooter
this is
right
great,
around
D.
the corner.
Your dad advice this week is about dealing with scooters. So let's hear it. What do you got? What is the?
It's not so much dealing with scooters, Nye, as it is in general behaving what I think is the golden rule of the sidewalk, which is you walk down the right side of it. Whichever way you're going, walk down the right side of it.
You mean American rules or Eastern European rules of traffic, right? Don't they?
Exactly.
It's swapped.
I don't know if it's Eastern European or not, and if I did, I'd throw the accent on, and then it would just get very confusing.
Yeah,
and I can do it, but I'm not going to do it this time.
Right.
What I'm saying is that when you walk down the sidewalk, stay on the right side. The people going the other way generally stay on the other side. They stay on their right side, your left.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't do that, it messes everything up. And what I try to do is when, I try to share the sidewalk, right? Because, a lot of times, I don't know, in the city or whatever, you get like the 4 bros going to lunch and those guys aren't going to like give you any room.
Yeah.
But you just stay on the right side.
Not
and there
this
you go.
guy.
There's your scooter guy.
This guy.
There's your scooter guy.
This guy. There's a lot of them.
There's a lot of them.
And some of them are like this dude. Ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah. And, you can run into problems but the way you can minimize it is if you don't have a huge target.
I mean, what's your take on these things, dude? Like, are you?
Dude, I know they're fun. I look at them. I know they're fun. I'm just saying, like, if you're going to be out with your kids, you have to. I assume that anybody on one of those things, is just just barely holding on.
Yeah, it's kind of become like trash in Long Beach. There's just so many competing ones that you walk down and there's starting to be like piles of them. And I think it's actually getting really bad in Santa Monica.
I bet. I mean, my Santa Monica friends constantly bitch about it.
It's this junk on the side, and they're treated badly, and they're done. I mean, listen, I am all for getting rid of cars. And I definitely think that this is an idea in the right direction. However, I feel like it's just a bunch of companies competing for sidewalk space at this particular point, and it's not been worked out. There's a lot of bugs in the system, and I feel it's
just like
being like this, just like junk everywhere, right?
Just like Uber came in and disrupted cabs. I mean, in San Francisco, I guess today and yesterday, the cab drivers are all driving around the Civic Center, around the government buildings, honking their horns because they want them to buy back their $250,000, cab medallions that San Francisco made $60 million on.
Right.
And Uber didn't have to do that.
Yeah.
And so, like these scooters that are essentially taking the jobs from Uber, because if you can just hop on one of these bad boys and pay a couple bucks.
Yeah, but I think it's like the last mile idea is that you take the thing to whatever, and then you've got to get off the bus or the subway and do the whatever and do your last mile on a scooter. I like that in theory. I feel like it's kind of filled with silicon douchebaggery right now, and it's
and dudes and dudes who have their cell phones out and they're either talking on the phone or they're recording.
They're just being dicks. They just because people are just dicks, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's sort of. Well, I think we should at some point we're going to need to do a scooter show where we just
a whole scooter show
on the fucking scooters. But your dad advice in
some. But boil down my dad advice in saying, stay on the right side.
Stay to the right.
Stay to the right.
Stay to the right. I think
if you're ever in doubt what you should be doing on the sidewalk, stay to the right.
Doesn't matter if you're a
keep
dad
your kids
or a normal
behind
person,
you.
If just stay to the fucking right. Yes.
Stay to the right.
Yes. Well, the Dodgers are still. It's 1-1. Dodgers.
Oh
are the ninth. Yeah.
How's Joe Buck do? Does he know where he is and what's going on?
Who's that?
Joe Buck. Is he?
Oh, I've got the sound off as we're doing this show.
Good.
But let's move on to our main segment. If I could turn back time.
Yes.
Right. So I think this is sort of a great bit. Like we're basically saying, if we could turn back time on ourselves and go back to before we were, dads.
Not in any kind of angsty like super share like I miss Sonny kind of thing, because I always feel like that song's about Sonny.
Yeah. So you came in with this. I mean, what is it that you feel?
What is it that I would tell myself if I could?
Exactly.
All right, so I would tell myself that there is no way of knowing, like, like that like you can't like look yourself in the mirror and be like, you can handle this, you got this, because you don't. I didn't, and I wouldn't.
But there's no way. There's no way that you can even like say that again, though, right? Like even if
I
you
know.
were able to
I think
go
what
back
I
to
would tell
yourself and
myself is I would say these moments that you have here, you're just not going to remember them. So like because like this is going to overwrite your life, and I would just say like this is like A, it's like worth it. B, it's wonderful. C, it's like exhausting.
Is it? I mean.
Yeah. I think being a parent's pretty exhausting. Yeah.
No, I was gonna say, was it worth it? I mean, like, so let me go. I mean, I'm having a really hard week. Just like I've been hammered in the day job or the lack of the day job, and I've also been hammered in the evening. And the frustration with the two kids, I've got two boys. One's that's 3 and one's 1, and the one is starting to like balance a little bit and scream, and the other one is like fully, and I am just toast. I'm just completely toast. And there's things that I want to work on, and I have a huge frustration in my life that I'm like, I don't have enough time to spend time on the things I want to be spending time on, and then there's not enough money for things or whatever. So you're catching me in a place right now where I'm like the most slammed.
Yeah.
And I think the thing that I would convey the most is to the version of me who was back in time. Hey, listen, man, you're still going to go through with this, but like, you're right. This is the hardest fucking thing you've ever done in your life. This is the hardest, goddamn, you're going to be strung out. You're going to be slammed on the wall. And I can't even convey to you how hard it is. Like, there's no way that you're ever going to be able to understand how hard this is. And yet, I'm going to say it to you, but yet you're only going to have to experience it, right? That's it.
Yeah.
Like, you're just going to have to experience it.
I know it's like the best thing I can think of to do is if I could go back in time and tell myself, it'd be like, I'm gonna give you like a little window of what it's like, because like I don't know, all this week, that whole like 3 steps forward, 2 steps back, or whatever the phrase is, but
yeah, you're still making
whenever you think you've sort of figured out, especially with your youngest one, what's going on, they change it. He's just getting up earlier and earlier every morning. Like this morning was like at 4:20. Woo!
Yeah.
Smoke a bowl. Right? I mean, that's what that means. I think that's
right before kids.
My kid was telling me to get high. But yeah, no, you're just like, you wake up, it's like 4:20 in the morning. You're like, you don't want to be up. I have nothing for you. The show's not started. Nobody from the show has shown up to set up your day.
Right.
So you go back to sleep. But yeah, I mean, like if I could tell myself, you're gonna have not only just like a sleepless night here or there, but there's going to be plenty of sleepless nights. And
yeah, and then it's fighting with your spouse and fighting with the kids and trying to survive, and then also here, let me throw this at you. This is the biggest thing that you consciously know. At least I'm somebody who really enjoys his work or likes working or likes doing the shit that we're doing right now, right? And we're doing this show because we don't have time to do the shit that we want to do right now. And
this show requires way less planning.
We're just kind of like going live and doing it, right? So the thing that I feel like I should be able to try to communicate to my earlier self is that you think that you're going to continue to work, but you're not. A small fraction of time is actually, and it's a huge frustration because I feel like I'm not making progress. Now, whether or not I was making progress before is irrelevant, but like the irrational part in me is feeling like I'm not moving forward.
Right? Oh yeah. I mean, I would also go farther on the thing and be like, you're also not going to love what you do for a living as much anymore.
Yeah.
It's true. These things are going to sort of shift a little bit because they make room for sort of a love in your life that you haven't had up until then.
That's true, and the only thing that you were doing before is just being a selfish fuck and chasing your passion, right? Yep. And now you are trying to figure out how to balance the ship.
Yeah,
it's a lot harder.
Because to balance the ship doesn't mean like, oh, I got it balanced. Yeah. We're good.
Yeah.
You're just constantly on like an ever tipping surfboard, or pick your metaphor, but the boat is constantly moving on you.
Yeah, that's true. Well, we had a few people come in and out.
We did? Oh, we missed them. We could have said hi. Who were they?
I did. I tried to say hi. I think they just came in for a few seconds. But
were they very cool
if you hear
people?
us on the podcast or on reruns or whatever, please come and join us on 9:30 on Tuesday nights. We do this every night. The Dodgers just won, so it's the great series. Good way to end up our first segment. On our show where we go back in time and bitch. I was specifically harsh. I don't want it to come across like I don't enjoy my family or love my family.
No, I feel like that's the thing that no one wants to talk about. Is that it is harsh.
It is harsh. It's really, really hard to
It
do
is.
this. I mean, this show was born, and I've frozen Darren. And Vader is chatting with us. Anyways, it's time to go to break.
He knows it's hard. Vader knows it's hard. Look, he's shaking his fist at you.
He's like, I can't do it. I can't
cutting us off.
It. Okay, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to listen to Jen Remington. You can find more of her at HeyDog,
soothing Jen Remington.
And when we come back, we're just going to do our bits tonight. We're just going to do bits. It's, fuck it, right? So stay with us.
Bits night.
We'll be right back. Back here already. Great.
Yeah.
Big two up. Okay. Welcome back. It's our second segment. First off, before we do anything, we should the Dodgers. It was mid-9th, but they've just closed it. I guess Google hasn't updated. Yeah, and then the Dodgers just win it. Yeah, I think the Dodgers just took it. So
Google thinks it's the middle of the 9th.
Yeah, Google thinks it's the middle of the night. I'm pretty sure the Dodgers took it. Anyways, the Dodgers have taken another one from the Brewers. So, but tonight, D, we're gonna do our bit show. So we've had various bits that have come through this show. So
That's right.
So we've decided to invite some of our friends back, and we're just gonna.
Why wouldn't we?
We're just gonna pack them all into the second act.
Yeah.
May as well. I thought that maybe what we could do is take a trip to space, visit a friend of ours who is up in Cybertron. This guy has been a great consultant for some
oh my God!
political
Anytime we've needed him,
right? So let's first introduce our friend coming back to the show. Shockwave is Shock Dave is coming back to the show. So welcome back live from Cybertron. It's good to have you again on the show. Thank you, Shock Dave, for coming back.
Greetings, Niren. How are you this lovely evening?
I've been better, but at least the. Oh no, I guess we're still in the middle of the 9th. The Dodgers are still playing. I guess.
Middle of the 9th, is it?
Yeah.
Yes. Cybertronian search engines never fail. But your Google doesn't really know its arse from a hole in the ground, does it?
So you have superior search engines out in Cybertron? Is that what you're saying? You're
oh, the very best. We actually have a transformer that is a search engine.
Oh, really? Well,
yes.
What's his name?
His name is William. Or Billy. I'm not sure. It just depends. But that's his gig, man. You can't fuck with him. Don't try to fuck with him because he's the search engine.
He's the search engine, and
he's a triple changer.
Oh, really?
He's like a ranger, and he's also, like an engine, just a big block
Is he? Have you ever heard of the engine Bing? I think that one is.
Have I ever heard of what? I'm sorry. Was that a bad joke? You sort of popped out there for a second.
Bing.
Megatron.
So I guess you're still smoking.
Overtook.
Right?
Overtook. I'm sorry.
You haven't been able to cut down on the smoking amount? I guess is.
No. You might say I'm the smoking gun in the Decepticons' case to rule the world.
So we don't get off into talk about your world. How are things going on the space bridge right now? Last time I checked,
pretty shitty, my friend. Do not purchase Chinese steel. It is a cracker.
Oh, I see.
Cracker.
So you've decided to finish the space bridge using Chinese steel, then?
Chinese steel. Ever since the tariffs have gotten into effect, I find that it's easier to get Chinese steel rather than buy, say, nobody else's steel because nobody makes it except the Chinese.
That's right.
So it's the Chinesiest.
The Chinesiest.
Yes.
So, Shock Dave, do you have kids?
Do I have kids? Well, I'm actually holding one of them in my hand. This is little Weezer here. He's a pistol like his dad. He's very shy though. He never talks.
Like sort of a little transforming chip off the old block, right?
Is there a problem with that in Iron?
No, not at all. I think it's great.
I didn't think so.
What would you tell your little pistol? What would about yourself? Because we were discussing about what it was like to go back in time and tell your version of yourself before you had kids, what it was like. So, do you have any sort of Cybertronian?
I do, and Aaron, I do. I would tell my little pistol friend here, who is not named William. No, that's the name of the search engine. But it's Little Squeaker. Isn't that the name of my gun?
Sure.
Little Squeaker.
Yeah.
That's when you are going to stop Megatron. Do not ever say no matter the cost, because in college I tried to stop Megatron every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday night. I racked up a credit card bill that I am still paying off, and it is not worth it. It is not worth it to try and stop him. Right. I mean, sometimes the man just has to be out and about doing his thing. Right. Knocking the heads off Autobots, and you are not in charge of stopping him.
No, just
leave him be.
Limitless funds, right? Just limitless.
Yes.
Well,
yes. Eventually, they will cut off your line of credit, and you will have no more energon.
Right, and then you'll be stuck working on the space bridge from Cybertron for the rest of your
career. Chinese steel, baby.
Well, it's always a pleasure having you on the show, Shock Dave.
It's a pleasure to be on, Aaron.
Great. So we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Yes.
Well, always a pleasure to have Shock Dave on the show. Hey, only
does that guy sound like farts to you? It just seems like.
I think that guy's smoking too much, right? It sounded like he's a little gruff in the voice.
Dude, yeah, he could go a little shy on the coffee, a little more on the herbal tea. You know what I mean? He could probably, yeah.
So D, moving along, we thought we would do maybe a little legal advice. What do you think about?
Oh my God, do we have our guy? The other guy that does the legal advice
on the line. So let's welcome back to our bit show, all the classics tonight, right?
Yeah. Thank you for calling the Democratic Hotline. I'm Michael Cohen. I'm pleased to take your call. We're gonna take back the house, and I'm gonna make it right.
So does that mean to say that you are now part of the blue wave?
I'm like right there on top on one of them boogie boards or whatever it is you guys do. I don't know, you West Coast guys and your friggin' boogie boards.
For our podcasters, welcome back, Michael Cohen.
Hey, how you
doing? Legal Advice with Michael Cohen.
It's really good to be here amongst you left-wing libtards. I mean, people who, if I don't do this, I'm going to go to jail for a very long time. That's what I'm.
So what sparked your sudden interest in blue donkeys and moving over to a world.
Hey, I just want to clear the record here. We didn't start the fire. You know, it was always burning since the world's been turning. So
is that Billy Joel? What you're quoting?
No, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that, my friend. That was just a little extempore. Just speaking off the cuff here. You know, you don't have to fact check what I say. It's all true. Just trust me, because I know what I'm talking about. Next question.
So you are now a Democrat. Are you engaged in trying to get? Is this actively?
Whatever it is you guys want to call it. I just call it. I'm a lover. I want to get down in here and snuggle in and do the right thing. Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay. So so what would you say now is you think's going to happen in the upcoming elections? Do you think we're going to see a big blue wave? Do you think we're going to be able to affect real change if everyone gets out and rocks the vote? That kind of thing?
I don't see this vote rocking that you speak of.
Right.
It sounds interesting to me. And, I like that idea of there being, a rock and a rock vote.
Mm-hmm.
Because I love the boss. And I don't know, if I had to toss up, I think between the boss or Boz Skaggs, I'm not sure who will win in a fist fight. But I can tell you this, I am now, very much connected in the blue wave. It's mostly, I think it was named after me.
Oh, really? Is that right?
Michael Blue Wave Cohen. Oh. Yeah, don't worry, it's for real.
Off the tongue. Just
rolls right off the tongue.
Yeah.
I got shirts coming out. Would you like a link? A hot link? A hyperlink? Whatever the kids call it.
Maybe I'll put it into the show notes because you're still trying to sell me those taxi medallions.
Michael Cohen's hot link, hyperlinks to the Blue Wave. That's the name of the shirt.
Highway to the Blue Wave. Well, it's always a pleasure to have you to come by the show. Thank you very much.
Are you interested in buying some taxi cab?
Next question. So thanks very much,
right.
Michael Cohen. We'll see you next time.
Thank you, sir.
So that was our legal advice with Michael Cohen. Apparently,
these our good bits? Are we using
these are our best bits? We're throwing
these are our good ones. Yeah. Yeah.
But of course, we've saved the best for last.
Of course we did.
I think.
Have you been moonlighting? Do you have a little side hustle going on?
The problem has really been that there's just been scooters everywhere. So as I've been driving, I've had to find my way around, but it's just really hard because sometimes I've had.
Do you wind up having sort of the same passenger?
The same passenger in the back who's just giving me shit a lot. So I thought I would take some recordings and show you exactly. Let's.
What happens on your runs whenever you're out there?
Yeah, so let's go ahead and wipe to that. There we go.
Indeed.
So Mr. Skeletor, welcome back to the show.
Don't call me Mr. Skeletor. Call me Bubs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's it. Call me Bubs.
All right, let's call you Bubs. It seems like I'm gonna need to.
I don't worry about my mouth. It's working fine. You babbling idiot.
So you decided to take an Uber instead of driving.
Yes,
on a scooter.
I guess we're driving through the desert, aren't we?
Yes, but I mean, I follow you before. You were wrangling on one of those scooters. Do you like Lime or?
Look, when I get down from Snake Mountain, I need help getting to Bart.
To Bart.
Is that such a big deal? The Bay Area Rapid Transit. When I'm up in NorCal.
I didn't know Bart went through
rad
Eternia.
Up there, baby.
I didn't know if they went through Eternia, right? I thought the Bart just sort of stayed in the Bay Area, but...
Oh, you didn't know it goes to Eternia! Well, check it out. There's something you don't know, Anirin. Yes. Bart's plans extended to Eternia and Etheria. That means... She-Ra. At some point, I'll run into her and maybe share a seat with her.
Not only is our
not in a creepy way. I mean, I would offer her a seat next to me. I wouldn't, I'm
not
cool.
only is our tech not working well tonight, and your mouth isn't moving, our bit is.
I don't need my mouth to move. I'm using my mind. You don't.
So, do you have kids? What are they called? Boom, Bip.
Well, I have pets. I have Beast Man. You know him,
right?
But yeah, I got a couple of little dudes running around.
Oh, little skeletons.
Oh, little skeletons indeed. Skeleton faces with big blue muscly bodies.
Nice.
Who do my bidding without hesitation.
Great. So, is it hard work, or has it been something that has been, I mean, Snake Mountain's got to be hard to keep clean too, and all those toys all over the place must be really difficult to pick it up. I mean, do you have to use your Havoc staff?
I have a service. They come by twice a week.
That's great.
They're very prompt, and I promptly disintegrate them at the end of the week, and I get 2 new people.
That's great. Well, it sounds like you're well in command of your fatherhood duties and Snake Mountain. So it looks like your stop is coming up here. So I'm going to pull off to the side of the road and let you.
Oh, wonderful! You're going to end the bit, are you? Well, do it.
Yes.
Sorry.
Maybe you should stop.
Overtook. Just don't even worry about it.
Well, that was our bit show, D. I don't know. It was great.
I'm starting to see why it is that we're as popular as we are.
Oh, we are absolutely. We're raking them in. I mean, we had 4 people come by the show. What are you talking about? So
we had a couple of people from Periscope show up for a couple of seconds.
Yeah, we had some Periscope people, but also we have no idea. And we are getting, averaging half a dozen plays from various people. So those podcast people, thank you for listening in.
I'm very happy with this. This is still fun.
This is still a lot of fun. Fuck if no one shows up. Jesus, I mean, I need this.
Yeah,
seriously, more than ever tonight.
Do we have time to do a quick drawing of something to commemorate episode 39?
Well, it's just past 10. Why don't we take a quick break? I'll fire up Photoshop when we get back. We'll
come back and we can draw Venom, the movie that nobody wants to see.
Yeah, we'll draw a little bit of Venom, and then if we have any recommendations, we'll do that. So let's go ahead and we'll just take a quick break and listen to some Jen, and we'll be right back. All right.
Cool. This is good. This is good and tense. Is this just for the Nationals?
This is a series of this is the Dodgers and the Milwaukee Brewers, and it is the middle of the 10th inning. Some spectacular plays. Milwaukee leads 2-1, but the Dodgers are fiercely fighting it out. So yay Dodgers, go Dodgers. In fact, let's put this into our chat.
Or rather, they're going to have the end of the inning. They're definitely.
Yeah, I mean
that's home team.
They're still going. So welcome back to our third segment.
Yes.
We're gonna do a little bit of drawing while we're doing it. Let's just do a custom. And we're gonna. You said you wanted Venom. I'm gonna have to mouse draw this while I'm doing.
Oh, mouse draw Venom.
Yeah. So
great. We'll draw it exactly like Todd McFarlane would draw it. Sorry. Yeah, no, I don't know. I was reading the reviews of it, and it seems as if Fox once again maybe didn't make a good movie.
It's Sony.
Oh, is it Sony?
Sony has the Spider-Man crap.
Sony's got the Spider-Verse. Yeah.
Yeah, they've got the Spider-Verse, and I feel like they were just like, they're so clutching at straws, right? And
Yeah.
I don't know. I just really no one wants to see it. I mean, the studio I was at last worked on it a little bit. I didn't get to work on any shots, but the guy next to me was doing some stuff on it, and I was just kind of like, "Oh my god, really?" Like it just. I mean, I like Thomas Hardy too. I just feel like it's.
I feel like Tom Hardy was probably the wrong casting choice.
Yeah, I mean, he just probably has a deal with Sony or whatever, and
Right.
We are Venom.
Venom.
We are Venom. Like, I'm just really not interested.
And I sort of feel like I mean, for him to be relevant at all, you have to have Spider-Man there. Like, 'cause otherwise, his origin story doesn't work without
It's just a villain. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We are clutching. Clutching. So, D, as you're dying over there, do you have any recommendations for us this week?
I do have a recommendation.
All right, let's lay it on me, man.
So I don't know if this is ass kissing or not, but I'm going to the dentist tomorrow.
Okay.
And I have to say that ever since, and maybe it was like 6 months ago, I got an electric toothbrush.
Uh-huh.
And it has changed my life.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it has. An electric toothbrush is fucking genius for your teeth. Like it's like you do that, and when you brush your teeth, you just leave it on for like 2 minutes. The amount of times that the electric toothbrush brushes your teeth versus like you just like putting some toothpaste on a toothbrush and just sort of banging it around in your mouth for a second.
Yeah.
My teeth are so much cleaner. They're so much whiter.
But this is before the dentist. You could go in there and you could be like, you're doing the worst thing ever, right? Like, I mean, it's like you haven't.
I have high hopes. I have high hopes now. So, yeah, I'm trying to speak positively. Hopefully, I'll push it forward. And
we'll have a before and after then of like whether or not this is really, helping. So, do you have a certain brand that you want to endorse, or?
I don't, but I think the thing is that the one I have is not the most expensive one. Is like $50. So, I don't really think it's about needing to buy some sort of, Audi or Mercedes electric toothbrush. Just buy an electric toothbrush. I think it's worth your time. It's definitely worth your money.
So the technology is sound technology. Yeah. I am saving out our Venom sketch that everybody can see. I'm going to put it on our Instagram. It's not really all that spectacular, but it
is pretty spectacular.
But
folks.
At least it designates episode 39. Is it episode 39? I think it's 39. Our Venom episode. And while we have our thing up, let's bring up electric toothbrush just so Darren can.
I can.
Yeah. Do you have a little
there you
holder?
Go.
Do you have like a little holder for it?
Yeah, you do. You have a little charging bit. I think it's at 40.
Which one?
That one that says $49.99. I think it's that one.
Oh, you can get it at Kohl's for $49.99. So Philips Sonicare Series 2 Plaque Control Rechargeable Toothbrush.
I'm pretty sure that's what
this is the one that has made Darren's life that much better.
This one has changed my life in a way that I would like to change for you guys as well.
Yeah. Great. Well, let me do a quick bit of business before we come out, and then it also gives me time to remember what my recommendation was, because I've forgotten.
That's good. I forgot mine for a second too. It was just like, oh my god, dude.
Wow. We make this show using Adobe products, and we stream with OBS Studio. We hit the networks using Restream.io, which has gotten a lot better. Facebook is now just taking our shit, no problems whatsoever. We do sound with Voice Meter Banana, and we chat using Discord. You can follow us at Very Dad Ideas. Go to our Instagram or our Twitter or any of the stuff. I'm not super active, but certainly if you want to know when the show goes live or when there's updates on YouTube or whatever. And then, of course, the show is on our website at Very Dead Ideas. You can also see the complete archive at YouTube, and also at the podcast is at verydeadideas.buzzsprout.com. But you can also find that on iTunes and all the various things. and verydeadideas.com. The guy over there is Darren Jennings. I am Nye Warburton, and our music is done by Jen Remington, who you can find at
heydog.com.
And Darren, because I'm concentrating on Dodgers and various things, I have completely forgotten what my recommendation is. So,
really?
Yeah, I don't remember what I was going to say. I feel like I was going to. I'm trying a new meditation app.
Oh. Okay, give me a little quick dive here. So, what's a meditation app do for you?
So, I don't know. Do you ever meditate?
I have no.
Okay,
no,
so I have in attempts to try to calm this shit down, I have taken to deep mindful breathing and meditation practices. What it is sitting there and trying not to think about anything. That's essentially what meditation is. It's an attempt to soft reset your brain, because at any particular moment your mind is going through millions of different permutations and things, and that kind of like shit causes anxiety and stress. So having a brief moment where you do it. So this is also...
Can I ask you a real quick question before you tell me the app?
Do it.
How do you do that without going to sleep?
So you have to sit, like you sit, at least I do. I sit in a chair with my back upright. You close your eyes, and then the idea is not to relax, but to be intently focused. And so to choose something that's in your room or in your world. Some people use your breath. Like if you're breathing in and out, you try to focus on your breath or whatever.
Sure, that makes sense.
You get to a certain point, and then your brain goes somewhere else, and you try to go back. So very often I use what's called guided meditation, which is there's plenty of stuff all over the internet. There's people who do different meditations. There's different people who have written books on it and things like that. Some of it's very, very hippie, and some of it's very, very like scientific-y and whatever. And you can find your range and your various flavors.
Right.
I think the idea is just really to find a way that you try to intently focus on your own shit for just like be here for a short period of time, 10 minutes if you can do it at a period of time. So
that seems like it's a lot of time.
It's a lot of time.
Think of anything. Yeah.
It's a lot of time. And I tried taking a class at UCLA years ago, and it was impossible because they were like 20-minute sessions where it was just like it's an eternity. And I don't know how these people go off on these meditation retreats for like a week or like 10 days or whatever. They probably just go batshit. But
I would think.
Yeah. So anyways, the app that I've been using is called Simple Habit. I find that their approach to it is sort of my cup of tea. It is, they have Zen rocks and, lotus flowers and crap on it. However, the instruction is like, bring yourself back to your present moment, breathe correctly, this and that, all the stuff that you really need to kind of guide yourself. And there's also long gaps in between, which means that you can kind of practice and they get really big. So I feel like there's a lot of thought and energy in the construction of the class, and the first, dozen are free. So you can download the app and you can spend, the first week doing it without actually paying a dime. And I think it's pretty good. So I recommend.
What's the cost of the app once you finally
I think it's
buy in?
Well, I mean, like $8 or something like that a month.
$300.
Yeah, I mean Headspace I think is like $15.
Oh, is that another? That's another one.
A lot. Yeah, Headspace is the big one. Headspace is the one that everyone, and it's got little cartoon characters and teaching you how to do stuff, and a guy with a British accent and whatever. But and then Sam Harris has just released an app called Waking Up, which is based off of his book. So he does one. But Simple Habit is the one that I like. So if you guys want to improve your dental hygiene and your mental health, use an electric toothbrush and then get Simple Habit to meditate once a day, and you will increase your performance by at least 500%.
Sort of reminds me of that lyric by Quiet Riot. Dental health will drive you mad. Bang your head.
And with that is the ending of our show. That is our episode 39. Thank you so much for joining us. Please subscribe to us.
Please.
Darren, you got something else you want to say before we do this?
I love each and every one of you individually and totally. So
I think that goes without saying, but it is true.
Yeah.
You are loved. When you come to Very Dad Ideas, you are
loved. You are appreciated.
And come hang out with us live sometime. Yeah. We'd love to see you.
And we're going to leave you for a whole week.
A whole week.
Deal with that.
we'll be back.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Cheers.